As we do this one more time. Kat Roach from the United States to take control of the final. The Women's World Championship decider, Australia and New Zealand. Off the boot of Tegan Levi, she'll send it to the corner where her sister will be among the chasers, but it's brought down by New Zealand's captain, Sarah Hiddeny. Oh, Madison Levi getting in straight over the ball. We talk about the attack, but the defence has been spot on as well from Maddie Levi. And Australia get to play. Here's Tegan up the middle and then some space for Nasser. Offload goes into the hands of Podie Lane for New Zealand, just as they'd made the run. So New Zealand snuff out the first challenge of the Australian attack. Felix Hotham for Michaela Blyde, looking to get away on the edge here, trying to go around the outside. Oh, throws it back in field. It's a wonderful effort on the edge by Mackenzie Davis. And it's come back somehow for Michaela Brake. So New Zealand somehow maintain possession again. Just a glimpse of that pace of Davis, though. Here's Miller, a first touch for her and a first little surge, a searching foray, a typically searching foray. Here's the two going at it, Tegan and Jorja, and it's Jorja who's going to win this one. New Zealand scores through Jorja Miller.
And that's her 29th of the season, Jorja Miller. She's been doing it since she stepped foot on this World Series a few years ago. A true standout of the series, and geez, it was a couple back and forth possessions there between both teams, and Miller, like always, backed herself and managed to get away from Tegan Levi, who doesn't miss many. But too strong on that one there, and Miller getting in for the early score for New Zealand.
Well, they call Tegan Levi the Pity the Pitbull. It's an apt nickname for both of those two players. As New Zealand take the first score, 5-0. And it's Miller up to 29. Bounces kind enough for Australia, who will build from inside their own 22. Big wide ball into the middle. The ever hard-working skipper, Bella Nasser. What a great first season she's had leading this Australian team.
Tackle!
New Zealand have to release in the tackle there. It'll come again for Nasser. Just has to kind of chop through the middle again. Went early to Felix Hotham, and that will allow Tegan Levi to tap. And quickly looking to release to the edges, to the dangers. Maddie Levi being well marked at the moment. So they come to the open with Soraya Paki. Great surge from Paki, just tipped up, and it might allow Brake to get in over it. It does. Did enough Podie Lane, and it left Paki with nowhere to go, no options.
Oh, and we're used to seeing her score tries, but in this time it was Michaela Brake getting over the ball there. Paki just tripped up. It was a lovely tackle there. Oh, by Podie Lane, and Michaela Brake getting the ball back for New Zealand here.
Crouch!
New Zealand going to come on to attack here.
Bind!
Say, what a moment for the family of Faith, Nathan, Soraya Paki and Kiala Duff, the three first cousins, all on the field starting this final together.
Time off. No. On the number, no more issues. Time back on. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Podie Lane comes away with it. She's got bodies in motion coming forwards, goes wide to Mahina. Paul being tracked across by Nathan, finds Brake, little in and away. Davis comes at her again. She's got her again, has the youngster. Brilliant once more from Mackenzie Davis, and it's got New Zealand going backwards. The 20-year-old has won a couple of good battles there, and now Australia's won possession. Australia having to grit the teeth and get some hard meters to get themselves out of this area. Haven't been able to get Maddie Levi in space yet. Nasser spun to ground on the 22. Now they'll come this way. Nathan trying to link up. There's the hole for Levi on the angled run. Goes through one and just upended in time before she could get away. Forward they come again. Paki doing a power of work. Tegan Levi runs into Podie Lane, is upended. Davis comes into break. Nobody missing on defence at the moment, either side. This first half has raced away, 2.5 to go. Nasa just couldn't find Levi. Again, they're trying to get her into the game, trying to get her into some open space. Duff has to go really big and wide with this one. Tegan did well to brace herself, complaining it was high. Play on. Just stuck in this 22 at the moment. This is the player to get them out of there. Can't find Nathan though. Oh, New Zealand just rabid in defence. Waka on this one. It's still there for Australia. In a long time since we've seen them camped out like this. And eventually the steal comes New Zealand's way. It's Hirini who's won it back. Miller, they've got numbers wide. If they can get it to break this time, and they will. Defence to attack, and Michaela Break will finish.
Defense to attack is right, Ricky. Michaela Break gets another one there, adding to her total, but geez, I don't know how many phases of play there New Zealand had to defend this talented Australian side, but guess who else? Sarah Hirini in there. Like we've seen so many times throughout the year, stealing that ball, and Michaela getting in for one of the easier ones she'll score all weekend.
Conversion from a good angle is over as well. 12 points to 0, and that will narrow the gap now to just 7 points to equalise. Tyler King for all-time series point scorer, Michaela Break.
65, sub. Time back on.
So New Zealand 12 points to 0 into the final minute of this first half of the final. Australia, they threatened early, but they've just been stuck down here. Nasa, wrapped up again by Pody Lane. Ruby Nicholas onto the field. She's had good impact this weekend. Duff. Davis and Duff trying to work together. Miller's come through, knocked this out of the hands. It's play on for Australia. Some big lessons for this young Aussie side. That's heavy contact. Remembering too, no Demi Hayes in this Aussie team, injured on day one, sitting in the stand.
Australia just slowing things down. Looks like they're going to tap it. Nasser.
Nicholas and Tegan Levi. Just through sheer willpower gets a couple of extra metres right in front of their own goalpost. They need a bust out. Here goes Davis, almost away from one, or got away from one, didn't get away from Mahina Paul rather. Hard work, hard yards and metres, and on now Break's intercepted here, and they'll get into the halftime break, even though there might have been some numbers wide. It's New Zealand who will take a 12-0 lead into halftime in the championship final. Down it goes towards the 22. Mackenzie Davis. Australia struggled to break out of their own half, but now they're going to, because here goes this little flyer. She's saved a couple of tackles, and she is lightning quick. Mackenzie Davis taking it upon herself to get Australia right back into this final with a score under the posts.
Geez, Tim Walsh in this Aussie side found a good one in Mackenzie Davis. She's been outstanding this weekend on both sides of the ball. And just when they needed it the most, just when it looked like there wasn't much on at all. Just so quick off the base of this breakdown. You could see her scoot left. And Jorja Miller is no slouch, but Mackenzie Davis pulls away, bringing Australia right back into this one.
Right under the sticks as well, so the conversion good in New Zealand. 12 points to 7. There she is this weekend, 6 tries. Outstanding. Pody Lane will bring it down quickly, gives it away to Waka. Oh, just lost her footing as she tried to put the brakes on and come back out. New Zealand quickly back into their attacking rhythm, but first time they've really been stuck down here. It's gone backwards. Hit a knee. Again, a couple of players just losing their footing a little bit. Slippery. Hit a knee, able to get up and go again. And gets another 5 metres or so for her side. Miller once more. Broke the Australians open earlier. Here's break again. Just going to put the hammer down here. Dennis has got great feet. Oh, and still going is break. Now Nicholas comes at her. Ball back in field for Miller. Levi drags her down. Pops it up for Paulie Lane. New Zealand bust out from their own 22. Pace, power, precision.
And it was those 3 names we've said so many times this weekend. Michaela Brake, I thought she was gone. It was a great chase back there. But just Ruby Nicholas just doing enough to get onto her there, and Jorja Miller with a lovely offload from her back. Putting Reese in for another try here for New Zealand.
Season leading point scorer this year, Reese Paulie Lane, 322. She scored a stack load of tries to go with the goal kicking. Levi opts to play at that one. It didn't go 10. You're aware that Australia need to get this game going again. 19-7, definitely plenty of time for this young Aussie 7 side to come back at them. Here goes Nicholas once more. Oh, New Zealand thought the ball was out, and they were allowed to play on because the referee agreed with them.
Advantage, high tackle.
And now have a penalty advantage. Paulie Lane once more now for Felix Hotham. Chopping back in field, looking for the offload. No one there. Back it comes for Hirini.
Thank you.
Slips a ball for Mahina Paul. Down Route 1 with all her explosive speed. New Zealand have just busted Australia open again in this final.
That's a great finish from Paul, but it was an even better ball from Captain Sarah Hirini here. It's great recognition from that break. The ball was out. Jorja Miller quick to it, creating the turnover. But look at this inside pass. And a beautiful line from Paul to score under the sticks here for New Zealand.
Well, they were rocked by that Davis try to start the second half, but New Zealand have bounced back out quickly and now 26 points to 7. Good 2 hands on that from Levi. She's done a power of work, but just haven't been able to see her in the open. For Australia, season leading scorer for a 3rd straight year. There goes Piper Simons. And now the switch back for Dennis. Here's some space for Levi. She's going to take them on. She should have it on Tanetti. She's got a head start. Tanetti's tenacious, though, and tough, and just holds on, and then Miller comes across. Great ball back in field from Levi. But the New Zealand defence have been really hungry.
Jeez, what a tackle from Tanetti there. Maddie Levi hasn't had a lot of space this game, but Tanetti using the sideline to her advantage.
Subs.
And Jorja Miller, as always, coming in there, helping her out. And New Zealand get the ball back here with under 2 minutes left in this game.
Maya Davis, the 19-year-old, into the action.
Step in. Time back
Winning
on.
run of New Zealand looking like it's going to continue to finish out the season. Hirini for Paulie Lane. Here's Davis, precocious 19-year-old. Paulie Lane again, shrugs off Nicholas. Now Davis, and break looking to be released again. Going to try and take them back in field this time. 90 seconds to play, and it's with Miller. And it's Miller time. Hirini the offload, and Hirini the support line again. It has been a lethal combination all weekend. And Sarah Hirini, that is big celebration from her.
Jeez, and you don't see that kind of emotion from her too often, but you can just see what it means to her here. Jorja Miller with a lovely ball at the back, but isn't it fitting after all the graft and all the years with some big plays this game that Sarah gets in and seals this one really for New Zealand.
Remarkable season for the New Zealand captain. Outstanding, leading this side after that awful knee injury. Got back for the Olympics, the epitome of what we call in New Zealand mana. She has it in spades. 31-7, New Zealand on their way to the title. Michaela Breaks headed to the side. Going to have to wait perhaps another season. Least it means she'll be back, everyone, because I know she ain't letting up on that all-time points record. Australia haven't been able to get into this one, but this is a young side who have really handled themselves very professionally this weekend, stepping up big time, not to be in this final, certainly to come over the next few years. Hirini goes again, finds Tanetti on the inside. Tanetti, whoa, bumped off. Big contact. Levi bounced back out, tried to counter ruck and a win possession. Here's Henwood. Davis, who's had a great final, despite, and a lovely little switch for Simons. Davis again, she's ridden into the floor by Pody Lane. New Zealand pick it up with Olive Watherston.